Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, then I am glad to have you back. It is good to see you again, and if you're new here, hopefully you'll see something that keeps you sticking around for a good long while. I'm your host, Doodleman149, and today I'll be covering the newest weapon available to us in Season 6 of Modern Warfare, Russia's AS VAL. This overpowered, super popular, and integrally suppressed weapon can provide a 3-shot kill to the upper torso at its closest damage range, or a 3-shot kill to the head at any range. The weapon also only has a 20-round magazine, thankfully, so it's at least held back in one department. Where it isn't held back is in the recoil pattern, which is almost straight vertical, very easy to compensate for, and it has a blistering rate of fire equal to the M13 at 923 rounds per minute. On top of this, the weapon has a powerful ammo conversion kit, the SPP rounds, or as I always refer to them, the bullshit bullets. In their formerly bugged state, these bullets could literally shoot through everything and lose no damage in the process. I will be recommending a build with these now that they've been fixed, and I'll never endorse using broken mechanics just because they're very strong. I also encourage all of you to avoid listening to cheesing broken mechanics in the future. Now, before we get into these builds, I'll ask again if you guys have any video suggestions, gun workshop or not, feel free to recommend it. I am fairly flexible, and I'd love to hear from all of you. Also, if you want to play a game or two, my GamerTag and Activision Account number are both in the descriptions below, so feel free to add me. Now, let's get into these builds here. For my closer range variant of the AS VAL, I've developed the Swamp Thing. This build focuses almost entirely on speed and improved range. We start off the build with the VLK 200mm OSA barrel to increase our damage range and bullet velocity, something this weapon sorely needs. Next up, we use the tack laser to greatly increase our ADS speed and aiming stability. After that, we use the CP30 skeleton stock to improve ADS speed and strafe speed. The stipple grip tape further boosts ADS speed and reduces sprint out time. And lastly, the operator foregrip is there to reduce our overall recoil without damaging our ADS speed too much. Since the AS VAL is basically a close-range powerhouse, it wasn't terribly difficult coming up with a good close-range build for this weapon. The VLK 200mm OSA barrel is mainly there to extend the effective range of the weapon, as well as improve its honestly terrible bullet velocity. Something I find rather strange given that this weapon has exceptional bullet penetration values as it is. Also keep in mind that out of the 3 barrels this weapon offers, the OSA barrel is literally the only one worth using, as the muzzle velocity reduction from the other 2 barrels simply aren't worth their upside. After that, the tack laser provides us with all the benefits we know and love. The 6P30 skeleton stock is literally just a skeleton stock. Its benefits and downsides are exactly the same. It's honestly kind of funny since the name of the stock is just 2 letters away from just saying skeleton stock, but I digress. The stipple grip tape is my next preferred attachment since I like the ADS and sprint out boosts, but if you're going to swap anything from this build, I would definitely swap this with sleight of hand to make those frequent reloads less punishing. This build is finally rounded off with my favorite foregrip, the operator foregrip, since its only downside is ADS loss, but even then, it's the least ADS damaging grip available. This build is really good for standard multiplayer. Since I noticed my buddy Freaky Haircut using this exact build, he seems to be getting more kills all the time. Its performance in ground war and Warzone, however, is pretty negligible. In an attempt to stretch out the range of this weapon, I built the Turtle variant of the AS VAL. This build again starts off with the VLK 200mm OSA barrel for the range and bullet velocity boost from before. We next use the VLK 3x optic for boosted visual engagement range while also slightly cutting down on recoil. We use the unique VLK Strelick stock to boost recoil control and stability while costing us ADS and strafe speed. Next on the docket is the SPP 10R magazines for boosted damage, movement speed, ADS speed, and bullet velocity. And we round things off with the Ranger foregrip to reduce our recoil and keep our aim more stable as well. The Turtle should look pretty familiar to anyone who has seen any of my builds for semi-auto conversion kits or my long-range FAL, the Tiger Shark. Link to that in the video description. I again use the only barrel worthwhile, the OSA barrel. I use the VLK 3x optic simply to allow this weapon to perform more like a DMR by letting the user get a better view of the intended victim. It also has a slight recoil reduction that is an open secret at this point. The VLK Strelick stock is fairly unique because it offers all the benefits of a traditional straight line stock, the stability increases, while also cutting down on vertical recoil, something that a vast majority of stocks do not do. This stock will noticeably cut down on your strafe speed, however, so keep that in mind as it can be a double-edged sword. You can't quite as effectively dodge shots as you would without it, but it does allow you to more easily swing your aim on a target more confidently without worrying about over-adjusting. The SPP rounds are what makes this build stand out, as it changes the fire rate to semi-auto, cuts the magazine capacity in half, boosts damage and bullet penetration, as well as increasing our movement speed and ADS speed. It has also many upsides, but one downside that it doesn't mention is the severely reduced rate of fire. It goes from 923 to somewhere around the 500 mark, so you'll definitely notice that if you're trying to spam this thing out. Also, with most of my long-range builds, the Ranger foregrip is still a great choice because it also cuts down the idle sway while cutting down on the recoil as well. This build can work in all game modes, though its limited ammo capacity will definitely limit its Warzone effectiveness. As soon as I picked up this new gun and unlocked it, I immediately felt this weapon was going to become the new multiplayer meta. It hits very hard, hits very fast, and even without the attachments, this weapon's recoil is very manageable. The only thing holding it back is the 20-round magazines. However, being a Scar main myself, this wasn't exactly a big deal for me at all. Before the SPP rounds got nerfed, I honestly hated the people who went around and chucked snapshot grenades and then exploited this bug to shoot through the map. Hopefully now that this has been fixed, we'll see fewer snapshot grenades and less people using this weapon with this ammo. I understand the weapon is new, much like the SPR-208, so everyone will be using it for a while. It's just striking to me that both new weapons are so powerful right out of the gate. However, don't take that comment as dislike of this weapon. I really enjoyed using these two new weapons very much, and it's been kind of fun getting right into these gun workshops as these weapons come out. I'll try to keep that up for the future. And with that, I thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw and heard, feel free to like, share, subscribe, you know the spiel. It does really help my channel get noticed, though, and I do appreciate everyone who watches these videos. I appreciate your time and really hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you're having a good day. Hope your week coming up is awesome as well. This has been Doodleman149. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I will see you later.